All right, Steve Samsel, this one. We've got a little segment that you worked up. You wanna tee it up? Your little homework segment
Is this me?
this week? Yeah, this is you. I think this was your idea.
The five things.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and I think this comes from your newsletter, which you can
It does.
subscribe
So,
to at
so how did you frame it?
stuffsummersays.com
You
backslash
framed it as
newsletter.
five things. Go ahead.
In the stadium, five things in the stadium that you would change about the Penn State game day experience, right? That was the homework assignment.
Sure. Let's go with
Oh
that.
God. All right.
I
You
think
want to
that's
go
what I
first?
did.
All right. You want to go first?
Yeah, you go first because mine are going to freak you out, and mine you already know a couple of them.
Oh God. All right. I'm gonna go 5-1 because there is
Yep.
there is a minor priority list to the number one thing on my list.
Yep.
All right. Number five, and I think you'll agree with this one, out of town scores that actually matter. I want to see out of town live updating scores that actually matter. I know for a fact that I can get the score of the Ohio State game at that very second if the cell phone service is working to what down they're on, what yard line they're on, where the ball, what hash it's in, if it's a pass, it's a throw, a punt. So that would be my number five
Okay.
that I would fix in the stadium. This one is a little under stadium, but I'm going to roll with it. I'm going to squeeze it in there, fudge it in there for this was what's a graded on completion, not on quality.
Okay.
Number four is more local food vendors. We've talked about this before. More local food vendors inside Beaver Stadium. I want to taste Pennsylvania when I walk into the stadium. I want on the east side. I'm stealing your idea, but on the east side, I want Philly cheesesteaks, and on the west side, I want pierogies and Permani Brothers sandwiches or
Great
whatever
idea.
it
They
may
should be
be.
listening and doing this stuff tomorrow.
I heard a rumor that, and I don't. I think there is going to be like a more local brewery
Yes, there is.
in the
Yep. Yep.
stadium this
Yep.
year. I don't know. I apologize. I forget what the name of that is. But I think that's a good little thing. We had a guest on from the creamery a few weeks back, and they talked about the importance of having that in the stadium. It should be a showcase of Pennsylvania. Very much like the farm show. This when you go to the farm show,
Well,
you get a taste of everything in PA.
and to play on it, there should be a media day for that, right? Like maybe it's the 26th when they do this fan practice day or whatever the heck that's going to be. Invite the media to come taste the flavors of Pennsylvania. They're going to be available in the stadium next week, right? You get the soft stories, you get the promotion, you get whatever. It's great.
Steve, is that you saying that you just want to go eat food? Is that what you're saying?
No, I
I
think
think
it's a
that's what
great
you're
idea.
saying.
I think the
Mm-hmm.
activation is what I'm excited about.
Oh,
You're
okay.
hitting 1,000, you're
Okay.
batting great so far. Can't wait for the
All
rest
right.
of them.
Number three, the pregame video for the last 5 years, 6 years, maybe even more, has felt a little stale. Maybe make one. You've got enough people on that staff, hopefully. Maybe make one for each game. Maybe give me a new storyline. Maybe less Joe Paterno's feet and more, I don't know, but more LeVar Leap, I guess, would be put
And
it in
maybe
there.
Todd Blackledge and Kurt Warner for the first game somehow against West Virginia.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, that's a good little
Show me
acknowledgement
some
there.
footage from that, whatever else, and set the stage.
Okay. Yeah. And usually they do a nice job of anytime Mr. Blackledge is back in Beaver Stadium. They usually do a good job
You
of
acknowledge
acknowledging
his
him
presence. Yeah.
and saying, "Welcome back, Todd." Okay. Number two. This one is a little interesting. I I feel like one scoreboard should be dedicated specifically to replays. Like I should know the play is over. Okay, I'm going to turn and look for the replays on that scoreboard. You don't always get the replays, and then you get the little like make some noise animations. And I just want like sometimes I just want to watch the replay. That is, I am sacrificing replays as a fan coming to the stadium. So give me the replays here. All right.
I'm going to take you off track a second.
Okay.
The make some noise animations and the guys they recorded at Haluba Hall 6 weeks ago. Let me hear you, Beaver Stadium. Thumbs up or thumbs down?
I knew you were gonna. I almost put that on the list. I'm okay. I almost put that on the list because I knew it would make you chuckle. I am okay with the like. There's like the make some noise that one, but I
Okay.
am the player ones. The player ones feel a little forced, little like kind of prisoner captive. Like I was forced to do this
Well, they're probably
video.
getting paid now. I feel
Yeah,
less. I
yeah.
feel less prisoner captive now. They're probably getting paid for it.
Some of them have been very good. There have been others that have been total duds. That's all I'll say on that.
Okay. Number one.
Number one, I've talked about this before. I've said this time and time. I think we did a similar list a couple of maybe about a year and a half ago. I want a light show in the stadium. I want the new lights that can do the light show. You know what I'm talking about?
I do. You don't want the phone light thing. You want full on lights.
No, I want the full on like just like imagine flashing strobe lights and Zombie Nation playing, and it'd be
like
great.
Purdue, where football tickets cost $15.
Exactly. Oh, God damn it. I think this was it. We actually had this conversation, like the exact same conversation, Purdue
Same.
episode. It was great. I like it. It's cool. Alabama does it.
I think people would enjoy it.
Gets the people going. All right.
Okay, number 5 for me.
Okay.
It's seating. Solve the student seating situation. Let them get their asses in there quicker. Let them get geeked. I just think it always feels so slowly. Not maybe they're arriving late, maybe whatever. Let's go back to festival seating for the students. Pick your seat, get your ass down there where you want to be, and let's get the game going.
I don't think that's a structure thing. I think that's students not showing up. When I was involved with Nittanyville, and this was right around fireworks kind of started coming, we had talked about them shooting off fireworks to let you know there's an hour till kickoff and then 30 minutes till kickoff. I know that the Steelers do something like that. And they also have they have their horn. They have a true like steel mill horn that they blow off that goes and kind of says, all right, time to get to work is what they call it. I think that's like that to me activate the students earlier, and then people will know, okay, gotta get to the game now.
That's fair. Might not make a difference, but that's fair.
Yeah.
I'd cell service number 4, right? Like I just think it's almost, I appreciate how many people are there. I understand how many people are there. I can use all my fingers and toes a couple hundred times and count how many people are there. It just feels like they should be able to figure that issue out. New York City doesn't have issues. Bring in some portable antennas, do something, and let people not be wondering what's going on.
It's gotten mildly better, and I don't know if that is just because I switched cell phone providers a few years back, but it has gotten mildly better for me. That being said, it is ridiculous that you can't really get cell phone service
and then
during a game.
Going to your number 5 or 4, and it's the exact opposite of the cell phone service. Give me out-of-town scores. Give me out-of-town scores that matter. Announce them. Don't put them on the ribbon board small where I'm going to miss it. People give a shit that Ohio State is losing any day, all the time. They care if Michigan's losing any day, all the time. They care about Notre Dame. They care about the number 1 team in the country. You'll get some pop from the fans one way or the other. Share the scores. Like, it seems easy.
Did happen, but it wasn't consistent. And I actually almost wrote that down as my list of things that bother me in stadium is like consistency. One week they'll play Sweet Caroline at this part, and then the next week they won't even play it at all.
Got you covered, baby. Even Guinness is chiming in. I've got you covered.
We do this.
Number 2, consistency of the show. Make every third down the same. Like even if it's 3rd and 1 in the first quarter, if you're going to play jaws and zoom in and out on the 3rd down sign, you do it on 3rd down in the first quarter, just like you do it in the 4th quarter. I want to know when Neil Diamond's coming. I want to know when Bon Jovi's coming, and I want it to be the same every time. And Zombie Nation, when something goes off big, play that. But the rest of the time, don't put your finger in the air and say, "Oh, we're going to get people excited because it's this thing that's going to work." Let us know how the show runs. Let us be a part of it because the stuff's consistent and we know when to get into it. Consistency.
There we go. Number 1.
Well, and you don't like it at all. Well, you don't like that I don't like it. I would improve your pregame video and make a new one for every game and time it out so that video ends with the team coming out of the tunnel and running on the field. I don't need that mic man who I don't care about. I care about the players if I care about anything at all. I want to see them running on the field. So are you ready for Penn State football?
For those just tuning in, for those just tuning in, and whoever the mic man is, I apologize on behalf of my podcast partner because he apparently has a vendetta. Here's what I think. Back in the 80s, Steve didn't get that job.
No, we didn't do that back then. They said, let's bring on the Lions. That was it. They came to the thing, which is great. You're in an arena. You're in a coliseum for competition, and they're going to bring on the Lions. It was wonderful. There you go. We did solve a lot of problems there. If people would listen, they'd have better food. They had a better cell versus out of town scores. Your
Are you
five have a
saying
better chance of getting adopted than my five.
I'm still just shook about the. I knew it was. I knew it was coming when I was sitting down. I was like, Steve's gonna say the Mike Man thing. Here he says the Mike Man thing. I will say, and I brought this up the last time we just did a similar list to this. The one thing that Michigan does that I thoroughly enjoy is their entrance. And it is timed in that manner with it's they have the ultimate flex because James Earl Jones is an alumni, so they got him to do their pregame pump up video. But it's timed with them with like I think it's one of the older, maybe Bo or one of the older coaches, and then it shows him letting the team go, and then right as you see that, you also see Harbaugh let the team go, and they run out onto the field and do the banner thing. It's very cool.
Maybe I'd care less about the football. Are you ready thing? If I would take a victory of the consistency thing, right? Like we're going to do this at this time. This is what we're committed to, and it's it from week to week, so fans can count on it. If I could get that, I think that'd be a W in terms of game presentation.
I think that's fair. I don't think anything you said anything I disagree with there. All right. Anything else you want to beat up on the stadium, folks?
No. Mike guy's taking a break now. He's going to a neutral
Okay.
corner to recover from his wound.
Yeah, because you put a beat down on him. That poor guy. We're gonna get him on for an interview.
Should
let you guys just go at it. Hey, why is your job?
And that's the kid. The reason the kid wants the job is to be the kid that says, "Are you ready for Penn State football?" Too. Like the best part about the gig, right? So
that is. I mean, look, I am friends with somebody that was the lion. I wanted to be the lion, but I realized that I can move on, and I think it's time for you, Steve, to move on because you didn't get that job, and that's why you're bitter about it. I'm telling you.